fuck? Oh, Jesus Christ. Our ancestors, they came with the horses. To get to Riga, it took 100 kilometers, it took 2 days, and that means that you cannot go faster. And that's important thing. So you need to stop, to socialize, and then to go to the next place. So you cannot drive, like just put the fuel and drive some 800 kilometers because you need to do it. It's unhuman. When you need to go from point to point and start to think that I will need to stop here, I will need to recharge. And by the way, maybe I can get to know somebody, get to see how they live here. So it's better for the communication between the people, because this communication nowadays is lost mostly. Go to collect some mushrooms. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is airplane. 100. 100 in 2 seconds. That's what we thought about. Yeah. Go to the forest and collect something, it opens so many doors in our brain. And we are collectors and we are hunters. That's what we became of. This is a World Cup in mushroom picking. Very beautiful.
It's like gravity doesn't exist anymore, you just do whatever you imagine. Just go and feel the wind and throw your body around, like, yeah.
Once you get the feeling of it, how the wind works and how it affects your body, you can just use it unlimited. We had a couple movies. The first one, which was a couple years ago, was with Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible. Tom was actually doubling Hollywood stars.
This is so cool, like this is really cool. Like the brakes is so enjoyable, really. Like I could only like drive like this to Riga, like, you know, just accelerating and braking. What I enjoy is that we don't have lots of people in our country.
A lot of trails and I would say a lot of places that are untouched.
Yeah,
like people haven't ruined it.
We traveled with a car and we stopped and we saw these ruins. It was ruins in that time. And we just came in and immediately we understood that this is our place. Industrial Soviet type pumping station. I fulfill my old dream. My best book in my childhood was Mystery Island by Jules Verne. It's about Captain Nemo and Nautilus submarine, and here we put some imaginated part of this submarine made from stainless steel, just to contrast with house which is covered by cotton steel, which rusts and stays nice brown.
Loft living, it is the way of the way of living. And nowadays people, really creative people, try to live in these unusual conditions. To live here, that is outstanding. That's not traditional. Traditional houses are at the waterfront, and you have these small windows and you go over the dunes to the sea, but here, sea is here. I want to die here, I said already.
This dramatic change is what happened in Latvia, in former Soviet Union, of course made my life very, very interesting. Because in 1990 we regained independence and I became Director General for the Department for Foreign Economic Relations in Cabinet of Ministers. I became Minister for State Reforms. I became Prime Minister. Man had to change his life in 5 years and then start something else. And I actually followed this rule. Latvians are quite calm and we like guests. Not maybe so much as Georgians, but still welcoming.
The Latvian landscape and wood, to go into to see the sea, to go into wood, to look at the sky. And our color is gray. 1,000 shades of gray. Sorry.
This radio telescope was built in 1964. It was built for Soviet Union Army purposes, mostly for observations for another military object and also for space observations.
It's more like a submarine, because most of the parts, including the staircases, were borrowed from USSR time warships and submarines. For example, the system which gets this telescope moving is actually a gun turret from a ship with a cannon. Instead of a cannon, we mount up an antenna and we have a radio telescope. This astronomy research is actually more of a global thing. An international team linking these telescope sites in network can do this kind of research. It maybe doesn't solve anything in particular for people right here in country, but it definitely helps for Latvia to integrate in global research teams.
This place might be a sort of a goal to prove that this is a great place and people should come, enjoy everything. I mean, maybe us, maybe the country, maybe the local area. It's a great place. This place was in some ways built on a goodwill. You can come here and you can drink a tea, honey and bread in winter. I left Latvia in '79. I was 17 years old. I was getting into trouble with my thinking. I was kind of radical, so I was running into problems and troubles with the local authorities that are basically communist. In North America, I was becoming a better skier. Then I was getting better. Then I made a national team. Then I quit the school. Then I went to Olympics.
Came from Latvia about 10 years ago. What was it like getting out of that country? Freedom.
He showed up at a race and we're like, who is this crazy Latvian?
He was one of the young ones coming up that we older ones had to watch because he was doing really well.
I was starting to feel really strange and I passed out in the street. And then it turned out that my Olympics were over.
We have our own flag now. We have our own anthem.
Sometimes in your life, there are just these things. It's like a puzzle, you know. It comes together, and maybe you work for it. Maybe you challenge it. I don't know. But these are the times in your life, and when these things come together, you just do it.
Everybody goes across the continent, so we decided to go the other way, from north to south.
You see the country and you meet people, you meet rednecks, you meet cowboys on the way, all kinds of people. I'm very proud of my country, of course. I do not agree with a lot of things, and I just explained why. I think we could be smarter. Latvians were hard-working people. Some damage was done by Soviet Union, and now the modern times, that also. Take me to the next level. Wow. Hey, it's clean. I'm not used to sitting in the clean cars. Next time I prepare my road better for you.
You ready?
Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, this is fast. It's unbelievable.
Why I'm a chef? I love food. I like to cook very much. My first profession was conductor of choir, dirigent, and but I couldn't finish the school. I was kicked out because I was a bit punk. In culinary, you read the recipes and books, and if you play music, you read the notes. And then after you read all the books and all notes, and you can play your own music, or you can cook your own dishes. The Latvian food, if we talk about Latvian food, well, there is some interesting combinations. How we like to eat cucumber, fresh cucumber with honey. I'm not sure that anywhere else people are eating fresh cucumber with honey, but we do. We were under so many different kings through the centuries.
and that influence comes from, Germany, Poland, Russia, and Sweden.
This is still a land of big opportunity. It is kind of like, wild, wild west where you go and you can build things from scratch. But it's changing quickly. We still have a lot of Soviet mentality, so it's not really that simple. But if you kind of understand how things work, it still is, I think, by big part, a land of big opportunity.
We have absolutely beautiful nature. We have a lot of empty spaces because on this land we live only less than 2 million people. It's 64,000 square kilometers. It's 3 times bigger as Belgium, let's say.
The nature is like absorber of all our instabilization, all the stresses, everything. You just go to the forest and calm down. And once you enter the nature, you just go out back in another shape, renewed.
My name is Kamea Namba Hadar, and I am from Honolulu, Hawaii. What fuels any artist is the things around him, his life, the things that you know and love and feel and experience. Hawaii, for example, the flora that I paint, it's stuff that beautifies my world and things that I see every day and experience every day, and that's why I feel honest when I'm painting it and expressing myself. A lot of my work has to do with the human form, and a lot of the people that I paint are people that I know and love. Everybody around the world knows Hawaii's beauty and loves it and thinks of Hawaii as a paradise, and I do too, but I also live in paradise. So I take out my trash in paradise, I pay my taxes in paradise. I'm not just on vacation here, I actually live and work here. My kids get sick in paradise. So we still have homelessness, we still have problems, we still deal with everything in the human condition. Paradise to me is an all-encompassing paradise that has ups and downs. It has bright sides and it has dark sides. I think my work tries to reflect that. Obviously I love it and I do call it paradise 100%, but there are other sides to paradise that I see when living here. The floral print that Seth is wearing on his board shorts, I just called it a dark floral. And to me that was just kind of a nice title showing that, yeah, it's a floral, but it has kind of like a slightly darker touches. So if you look at the flowers, most of them are white flowers. The ones that do have color, the color's muted. And then that really contrasts with the background. So I wanted to show that very, very high contrast of lights and darks. And that again touches on the things I was saying about Hawaii being a paradise, but also having different sides to it. That's kind of what I'm slightly hinting at with the very contrasting lights and darks, the slightly muted tones. Just kind of giving that beautiful Hawaii floral just a slightly more of an edge.
What I tend to look for when I go to places are things that are visually appealing. When you walk down the sand dunes here in St. Lucia, just thinking of the old shipwrecks or the explorers, the first thing they saw was these long beaches and impenetrable forest. They still look exactly the same. I can't imagine there are many places in the world where you can see tons of things in one day. I want to pinch my arm and say, this can't be true. I'm in the middle of this. I think the uniqueness is that it's diverse. You could peel off layer after layer and you'll find more and more things. It's all here for you to just be part of.
February 27th, 1933. In Berlin, fire gets Germany's parliament building, the Reichstag. The Nazis blamed the communists and used the fire to justify suspending civil liberties, setting up a dictatorship under Adolf Hitler. 1991.
Kuwait is liberated. Iraq's army is defeated. Our military objectives are met.
President George H.W. Bush announces a ceasefire ending the Persian Gulf War. That happens after an American-led coalition drives Iraqi forces out of neighboring Kuwait. Iraq's leader, Saddam Hussein, remains in power until a U.S.-led invasion in 2003 topples his regime. 1932.
You see, George didn't have much push. He wasn't particularly aggressive. In fact, he was sort of a flop.
Actress Elizabeth Taylor, known for volatile movie roles and a well-publicized personal life, is born in London. And 2003.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine?
Fred Rogers, host of the popular children's TV show Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, dies in Pittsburgh at the age of 74. Today in history, February 27th. Ross Simpson, The Associated Press.
I've always wanted.
Welcome back in our studio, and in today's news,